Alright, I know we just smoked and I know we just made a video, but we might as well make this video now since I've been putting it off. This one's Fuck Rite Aid. Alright, episode 2, Fuck Rite Aid. So, I get a call. Hey, can you help me out with work? Sure, I'd love to help you out. What can I do for you? Please do thing number 1, number 2, number 3 for me. I'm like, alright, sure. So I do case number 1, case number 2, case number 3. Normally, I don't like to do big transactions. Why? Because it's too much at once and so much shit happens when it's big, even if it's not your fault, okay? So, I'm like, okay, here's 1, 2, and 3. They were pretty simple. I did 1, so I did 3 cases. So the guy's like, alright, well, I don't like paying with PayPal. And I don't like paying with Zelle, and I don't like paying with Cash App, all the shit you can do from your phone. What else can I pay you? Can I pay you cash in hand? I'm not in your state, brother. I can't meet you cash in hand. Well, how about Western Union? Alright. Western Union, for those of you who don't know, is you go to a Western Union at your grocery store, if you don't know, and you give them $300, and you pay them $20, and they take that $300, and then they tell the Western Union at the person's grocery store, or in this case Rite Aid, that there's $300, you need to give it to this guy. Alright, so the dude, I look online for the nearest one, it's Rite Aid, alright, and I give him the store number, and he gives me the confirmation that the transaction's ready to pick up. So I go online Western Union and type the transaction number, and it says it's ready to pick up. So I send him the writing, $300 worth of writing. I don't want to be rude. We just paid Western Union. I send him the writing. I usually don't, but the dude's like, up front, I understand, like, we're exchanging, okay. He did Western Union. I go across the street, same day, to the Rite Aid. Now, they tell me to take this 10-digit transaction to the place, but when you get to Rite Aid, they tell you to go get an 8-digit code that you need. Alright? So, I go to the Rite Aid, and when I get there and tell the people that I have them there to do a Western Union, they tell me, we don't have $300. It seems like every single time I turn a corner, it's either somebody tell me we don't want to do what we want. We do what we want. Or in this case, we're going to do have $300. It's like, what do you mean? Oh, $300. Your bosses are telling me that you have $300 here. She's like, well, we don't have $300. And you're closing in an hour. What the fuck you mean closing in an hour? You're closing at 9. Your boss says you're open till 9. The transaction's represented as valid. We don't have $300. Yeah, you're fucking selling a whole bunch of prescription drugs in the back. You've got a safe, and you don't have $300 for me when I have a Western Union transaction. Like, fuck me, right? Now, here's the thing about Rite Aid, right? Well, fuck Western Union. That's another episode. That's another video. Here's the thing about Rite Aid. You walk in there, and the place is, like, quiet, dude. Just dead quiet. You can smell the dust from all the shampoo and shit. Old, tired, played out place, right? But here's the thing. From what I know, Rite Aid, which is headquartered in Camp Hill, Pennsylvania, central Pennsylvania, near Harrisburg. They're a pharmacy that sells stuff for people to get better, and they also sell tobacco. Stuff that causes cancer and hurts people. And that's the type of character that these people have. It's just like such a bad corporate, like, they're just like, You know, it's just bad. And it's like, I don't know. If it wasn't for all the drugs that they're selling in the back, they'd probably be failing, because I don't see anybody in a Rite Aid anything buying any of their overpriced stuff, and I never go there. I go there because they have a Western Union right in the advertisement, and then they don't even have the fucking thing ready. So I asked the lady for the manager. She won't give me the manager's info, like a card or anything that I can, like, you know, anything formal. You know, it's just the store doesn't have any fucking recourse. So I'm out $300 that day, and then the lady says, "Get out, or else I'm going to call the cops." I'm like, "Get out, or else you're going to call the cops?" Because I'm asking for the manager's info. Like, I need something written down. Like, you know, I need something. You know, before I even get to any of that, she says that I go out of the store, and then I call the cops. I tell them these people are doing fraud by deceit. They fraudulently, they're representing that they got $300 for me, and now they're just not, doing it. So the cop and then she's telling me that she's going to do that, or else I'm like, motherfuck both of you people. Like, motherfuck this whole fucking situation. I called the cop. The cop comes up. He's like, "What's happened?" I was like, "Listen, did work. Supposed to come here pick money. They don't have it." And then they say, "Oh, da 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 da, like, we don't have it, da 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 da." So I called the cop to make sure that he came over and got my side of the story before some stupid crazy bitch fucking makes up some stupid shit. So I called him. He came in 5 minutes, asked for my side of the story. Then he went in, and then he said he's gonna write up a report. And then I got that report. The next day, I wrote up a lawsuit. I don't have a copy of it here because I went and filed it. But it's like, listen, you tell me that you have $300 for me down at your store. I go there, you don't have it, and then you kick me out and you tell me you're going to call the police if I come back. And then Western Union, their policy is you have 5 days to call and claim the transaction. If you don't, it disappears. And so if you're in this case where the person doesn't call the customer service and tell them the right things, for example, if it's an old person or somebody who's like not, who did it in person, who drove and maybe isn't going to get there for a couple days, so you see what happened? And I was just so incredibly, unbelievably pissed. But here's the thing. They advertised that they were going to give me $300. So Pennsylvania has a bait and switch law. In this case, it's bait and switch. We have money of transfer services available. Oh, no, we don't have money for transfer services available. Had they not advertised that, you could have used any other type of, instant money type of service that there's a lot of money transfer organizations and services around. You could have used another one, but they were the ones that were advertising the way that they were, so they advertised. So under Pennsylvania bait and switch law, you can recover a penalty up to 3 times the amount of the transaction as a fine and punitive damages to let the company know not to make that mistake again. So in this case, $300 was the amount of the transaction. Multiply that by 3, $900. So hopefully by filing this case, I'll turn $300 into $900. I still haven't gotten anything. Luckily, I called the dude, and he said he was going to send me a check for the amount. So, that's the only thing we can do now. He didn't cancel it, he said. And he called them, and then Western Union said they just canceled the whole transaction. So we're going to go so, yeah, it was completely nuts. Because what happened was, the next day, I took the number, and I went to Western Union at another location nearby. And I didn't think it was going to work because it was supposed to be just for that one. And we went, and the lady said it went up. And then right when she was about to finish it, she's like, "Oh, something happened. It's on hold." She called customer service, made me wait. "Oh, it's on hold." So I go back, and then I have to call the person after I just sent him $300 worth of work and did all my fair end of the stuff. And then I'd be like, "Please call them," in the middle of his work day, which is unlikely. But then the guy's like, I called them and they said, oh, the transaction got canceled because of fraud reasons. They asked me all these questions. I told them you already sent me the work that you did and all that stuff. They said they're going to cancel the transaction because of fraud and they're going to refund him his money and then he's going to send me a check for the amount. Do you see how fucking much of an inconvenience just happened? I don't know if Western Union did that in retaliation for my other case against them, which I guess is going to be the next episode I'll make an episode of that, because we have another case, unfinished business, in episode 3 in our Philadelphia case. But, I mean, this is just it could have been anybody. So in this case, somebody sending me money, put my name, and it seemed valid. I have the screenshot of it saying valid, but go pick up your transaction. And then I went to go pick it up, and then it said, that. I don't know if it was the Rite thing that stopped it, or if it was the what's it called? The Acme thing that stopped it. But what happened was Rite wasn't ready on the first day, and if they were, this would have been done. But they weren't ready. In this case, Western Union said they were ready. It was Rite that messed up. It's like, what the heck are you doing? What the heck are you doing? You're just sitting and falling asleep. It's about to close, but you're advertising yourself open for business. Then why the heck not make it work? Why not be ready if that's like a whole section of your business? Money transfers. Why aren't you ready to write a check? Why aren't you ready to satisfy your commitments under that part of the obligation? So the penalty I'm going for Rite specifically. But Western Union, we have unfinished business in our other case nonetheless. So Rite, that case is them. But the Western Union's in on it with them because they told me they told me to go, and they're the ones that advertised that Rite was good. So you got to bring them in on the transaction together. You can't just sue one. So Western Union, there's another case of them, but in this case, fuck Rite dude. It's like I went there to go pick up something after I just did all this work, and then you're going to tell me you're not ready, and I'm going to ask for your supervisor's info, and you're not ready with that either. You're like, I'm not telling you, come back on Friday. Like, what the fuck do you mean come back on Friday? Like, I just got scammed out of $300. You can tell me come back on Friday? Motherfuck, Rite. Fuck this shit, dude. Fucking bitch-ass fucking attitudes. So, that's the thing with these corporations. So I sued them. I mean, if I turn $300 into $900, I guess it'll be fucking better, and then I could sue them for punitive damages after. Make sure they don't fucking do that shit again. And see what the jury says. I'll just fucking sue their ass. That's all you can do. Alright, folks, enjoy yourself. Oh, and don't go to fucking Rite. What kind of fucking pharmacy-ass fucking place sells cigarettes? They don't want you to get better. They're selling you all this shit. Fuck Rite. Fuck Rite. I'm telling you that shit right now. Fuck Rite. Alright? 420. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace out.